Good morning, Year 3. It is the start of a brand new week and we are going to be continuing to look at our unicorn unit. We are going to do some more work regarding coming up with descriptive phrases, and then we're going to look later this week at actually writing our own information text. So it's a really nice part of our unit on myths and legends. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. Today is Monday the 18th of January, and it's a really lovely task that we have to do today, because today, as part of gathering ideas for writing, which is all about preparing for our piece of writing later this week, today we get to create our own type of unicorn. You did some work on this last week. We looked at, I believe, the river unicorn last week. Beautiful creature. And we learned about where it lives, some of its temperament, what it looks like. We're going to do something similar today, but we're going to completely come up with our own type of unicorn. So we will remind ourselves about those river unicorns before we start, and draw our own unicorn and label some really nice features. Before we begin, I'm asking you to go to the BBC Bitesize page and do a bit of a refresher, a bit of a recap on what noun phrases are. This is a really fun way of just reminding yourself, and you will remember it's literally a noun is a thing, an object, a thought. In this case, the noun is going to be a part of the unicorn's body, probably. And then a noun phrase then is how we can describe that noun. So we can put some adjectives in front of that noun. For example, you can see from my clip here from the BBC Bitesize page, if we are describing a tree, let's describe it as a huge tree. Sweets, let's describe them as colourful sweets. So whenever you think of putting a noun into your work, have a little think. Is it a good idea to perhaps add a bit more detail before that noun? That's what we're looking at today. We're looking at descriptive writing, ready for doing our information text. So go to that website, complete the activities and watch the videos on that website. When you're done, come back to our unicorns unit, and we're thinking then about some other types of unicorns. So what we're saying is, that book about unicorns lists lots of different types of unicorns, including the river unicorn, but also including other types of unicorns like the storm unicorn, a frost unicorn, rainbow unicorn, fire unicorn, and mountain unicorn. But as you can see, there are two unreadable entries in this book on unicorns. So we have to come up with our own type of unicorn today. So what you might want to do is to go back and look at your piece from last week. If you can, look at what was written about the river unicorn, just to give you some ideas on coming up with your own type of unicorn. I had a few ideas, and I was thinking about possibly coming up with a jungle unicorn. I thought that could be fun. The idea of a unicorn sort of swinging around the trees, or a green unicorn, or something like that, a desert unicorn or an ocean unicorn. I think that would be fantastic to do as well. Today I'm going to go with desert unicorn, so I'm going to show you what you need to do, and I'm going to use my idea of a desert unicorn to do it. Okay, so once you've reminded yourselves of the river unicorn, if you look at this page, and today you don't need to print anything out, you can do if you want. This page is up on the website for you to print out, because obviously it already has the drawing of the unicorn, and you can just colour it, adapt it, do what you need to with it. If you wanted to, you could draw your own unicorn just on a blank piece of paper. That would be lovely as well. So I'm asking you to think about, first of all, a name for your unicorn. So in my case, I've said I'm going to call it the desert unicorn. So I'm just going to label my page desert unicorn. The next thing I want you to think about is the appearance of the unicorn, and using some of those noun phrases that you've just reminded yourselves about. We are really good at this in year 3. We spent so much time looking at expanded noun phrases and similes and metaphors. Last week we did some work on compound colours, and so I'm hoping that you can bring all of that into this again today. So I might want to describe the mane on my unicorn as being long and floating. So I'm going to describe it as a long floating mane. As you can see, I'm just drawing an arrow or a line, use a ruler if you've got one, to the part of the unicorn. You don't even need to draw a line, but around your picture, if you start to describe different parts of your unicorn, again, I should be using a ruler. The horn, need to describe this. Well, I was thinking that it's a horn that seems to be built from golden sand. So, a horn, now it's going to take me a while to write this. Oops, a horn that seems to be built from, and I'm going to use a compound colour, golden sand. I could have just said, or golden yellow sand. I could have just said sand. I'm not going to. I'm going to say from golden yellow sand. Get those details in where you can. Golden yellow sand, and I know I've written over the top of my unicorn. Hopefully you won't. Something else I could describe are its eyes. I was thinking they look like diamonds glinting in the sand. You might describe its feet or its power, its muscles. Have a think of all of the different things you could describe about your unicorn's appearance. When you've done that, have a think as well about any special features and magical powers. So I was thinking with mine, if it's made from, or if it's a sand unicorn, maybe it can act like sand, so it can change its shape. So I was going to say that my unicorn can change shape if it's angered, if it gets angry. So I would add that at the bottom. And then I would have tremendous fun colouring in my unicorn. So enjoy this piece of work. Think creatively and imaginatively. You can't go wrong, I don't think. Come up with some really good ideas, unique ideas, and yeah, stick with it because we will be writing about our unicorns later on this week. Enjoy it today then, and I will be back tomorrow with more. Regarding your sounds right today, you are going to be working on a new sound. I've saved the Sounds Right grid to the website as well, so you know what to do with that. Good luck with it, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye everyone.